Hello, everybody. Welcome tonight. We got started a little bit early just to get going on getting the presentation set up and whatnot. I am going to dive right into getting my screen share going. It's going to look a little crazy for a second, so just hang with me. You'll see some wonky screen thing. And I'm going to check the YouTube link to make sure that everything looks okay, and then we will get started. Technology is always fun, so I just like to double check to make sure that everything is looking good, so we're not presenting with a blank screen or anything crazy like that. And my phone's being slow. All right, everything looks good to me, I believe. So I am super pumped to have you guys here tonight and really excited because I have a really, really good friend of mine with me tonight that we are going to be presenting with you. So my name is Kelsey and I have Vanessa here with me tonight. And we just wanted to welcome you all, like I said earlier. This is super exciting for us. This is the second time that we've done this together and a lot of things have changed. So we wanted to give you a presentation all about coaching and share a little bit about us and what coaching has done in our lives. So I actually met Vanessa when I was in school. We were in school together for education just a couple of years ago, and we became really, really good friends. And after school, she moved out to Denver, and I'm still here in Wisconsin, and you'll hear a little bit about our stories, but just so you guys know how we kind of met, because every story is a little bit different with coaches and how they met. So with that, I am going to dive right into my intro and tell you guys a little bit about me. So like I said, my name is Kelsey. As of currently, I have been a coach for about 2.5 years. So I have actually been coaching full-time for about 1.5 years. So I was coaching for a little while before I actually became a full-time coach. When I first joined as a coach, I had done a round of the 21-day fix, and if any of you guys are challengers or you're familiar with Beachbody at all, that is just one of our fitness programs. And so I did that because I was really feeling down on myself. I had some weight to lose. I was just feeling like I wasn't really fulfilled. You know, I wasn't happy in my body. So I did the 21-day fix, and I was sharing about it on my Facebook. And so my coach actually contacted me and said, you know, you've been sharing your transformation on Facebook. I know a lot of people have been asking you about it. Have you ever thought about being a coach? And I was like, well, I'm not really sure. What does that mean? And she presented to me something like we're presenting you guys tonight, just to sort of let me know what the opportunity was like and how it might benefit me in my life. So I decided to go for it, and I just continued to do the 21-day fix and share about it on Facebook. I actually did 3 rounds of the 21-day fix in a row just to get myself to a place where I really felt comfortable in my own body and helping other people as well. So pretty quickly I knew that I wanted other people to experience what I was feeling, the happiness and joy that I was feeling by doing the 21-day fix and having this transformation. So my business took off pretty quickly just because people saw it, people asked me about it, and I just organically told them, like, here's what it is I'm doing, this is the meal plan I'm doing, this is the supplements I'm taking, and here's the groups I'm a part of. And people joined me, and ever since then I have just been helping people get on board, get back on track, and really just holding their hands throughout their journey. So in that process, some people that had been a part of my numerous groups that I did, coaching them through 21-day fix and multiple different programs, I founded my team, which is Team Glitz and Gainz, which Vanessa is a part of. So I just wanted to really quickly tell you before Vanessa dives into a little bit of her presentation, what our team is basically all about. So our team is, and I might be biased, but our team is so amazing. We have an amazing culture. There are so many women from different backgrounds on our team, and really everybody who's a part of our team takes from coaching what they want, and that's what I love about it. There's there's not any pressure and there's no obligation by any means. We just sort of want to help you live your best life. So there's lots of friendships that have been built. We've met people from all over the country that have found us on Facebook and joined our team. Huge piece of our team is accountability, running groups every single month, making sure everybody is taking care of themselves mentally and physically, building relationships. So not only just between different team members, but having people who, you know, might have struggled in relationships or their marriages or whatever, building those relationships up, or maybe even with parents. We really try and make sure that coaching and being a part of the team is not just all about the business or your personal transformation, that it extends into your personal life, and that everything is sort of being transformed all together. And it has been so amazing. A big piece of this is leading with a servant's heart. And what I mean by that is just that everything that we do every single day is to serve ourselves and other people at the same time. By no means do we ever want to be considered a team or a company that is selling at all whatsoever. Yes, we connect people to programs and products that we think will transform their life, but the sale is not what's important. What's important is making sure that people are getting the results that they want and turning out on the other side feeling better about themselves and the relationships they have in their lives. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Vanessa, and she can dive in and tell you a little bit about herself.
Hey guys, can you hear me, Kelsey?
Yes, you're all good.
Perfect. All right, so just a little precursor. I am still at school right now, and they just made an announcement while Kelsey was talking, and I was like, oh crap. So that's what happens when you have a full-time job and you also are a girl boss. Some interruptions may happen, so ignore it if you hear it. So like Kelsey said, we went to school together at UW-Madison, and it was actually our last year together when Kelsey kind of found I had gone to Mexico to do my student teaching. So I kind of fell off the face of the earth, didn't know anything that was happening back home. And all of a sudden I came back and I was like 20 pounds heavier with all the tacos and figuring out what the heck I was going to do when I graduated. And I saw Kelsey's post about 21 Day Fix, and I saw all the like cool stuff she was doing. And I remember like it was yesterday. Like I still remember the entire conversation where I was like, what have you been doing? You look great. And she was like, oh, the 21 Day Fix. And she tells me more information. And I was like, let me think about it. And then like 2 days later, I was like, sign me up, girlfriend. How do I do this? And the rest is history. So that was about 2 years ago for me. I signed up to be a coach almost immediately after doing the 21 Day Fix. I loved my results. I loved the challenge group and posting daily and having a community of people, some that I knew, some that I had no idea who they were, just lifting me up and cheering me on. I was like, this is awesome. And I wanted anyone else and everyone else to feel that community and that sense of support. So when Kelsey told me about the coaching opportunity, I was all in from day one. A little background about myself. When I was in high school and a child, I was in every sport possible. I did volleyball, soccer, basketball, softball. Literally everything. And then in college, I fell off. I just focused on, socializing and all the other things college kids do these days. And so when I was graduating, I kind of wanted to go back to that sense of who I really was. And a big part of who I was organized sports and community and being a leader, being a captain, And so I didn't know how to find that post-college. I didn't know how you were supposed to, find your way. And so when I did the 21 Day Fix and when I joined as a coach, I kind of felt that same excitement I felt growing up. And I felt connected to a community who, supported you, uplifted you. I had a chance to be a leader and I was working on my fitness again and felt great again. So it just really brought me back to who I was as a kid. And it was great to have that sense of community again. A lot has changed in the last 2 years since I've, joined Beachbody. I would say since joining, I've become more confident. I'm not as timid, or I don't rely as much on other people's input or feedback on who I'm supposed to be. I'm pretty sure of myself. because of Beachbody and because of, the personal development that I read daily, because Beachbody recommends that you don't only work on your physical health, you work on your mental health as well. And one cool thing that I've kind of been reflecting on this year as the new year approached is that I feel like I'm seeking out new opportunities to grow and learn and push myself. So it might not always be a Beachbody event, but it could be like some kind of seminar or some kind of new course. And I feel like Beachbody really just did open that door for me. And I'm able to push myself and grow and challenge myself more because I have such a confidence in myself. And I have this safety net, this community of ladies who, if I fail at something epically, they're not going to judge me. They're not going to hold me back. Instead, they're there like, yes, girl, do that thing. You got this, even if it's a crazy idea and it fails. So that's a little bit about me. I'm going to talk a little bit about what a day in the life looks like for a coach who is a full-time teacher. So this is going to look different for every coach, even ones who are teachers, even ones who are full-time. Like a teacher who's doing Beachbody does not look like the same schedule as me. And that's kind of the beauty of the this company, is that everyone can create different schedules, everyone can have a different experience with it, and everyone can find success in their own way. So my day in the life of a coach looks very different. As a teacher, I get a lot of vacation time, extended vacation time, where I'm off for 2 weeks or 2 months. And I like to call these moments like my glimpse into full-time coaching with Beachbody, because I just go ham and I'm like constantly working on Beachbody when I'm not teaching. But Kelsey's going to talk more about actually being a full-time Beachbody coach, which would be awesome one day. But the truth is, most of the time I'm at school and I teach 6th grade, like Kelsey said, out in Denver. I don't have very much of an opportunity to be on my phone or check in throughout the day. So I have to, and I also have to watch what I post on social media, but it's not that hard for me because I feel like I'm creating this message and this image of being positive and living your life to the fullest, which correlates so well with what I share with my students. So I don't really worry about my social media too often. And any chance I get during my breaks, during my lunch, I'm checking in and posting about Beachbody and the opportunity. So typically a day for me looks like waking up around 5:30, which was not always the case. But like I said, when you're passionate and you're like pumped up, you will wake up at any hour of the day to get this thing going. It's that amazing. And I'm not even exaggerating, because I am not a morning person by any means. But I typically wake up at like 5:30 and I just check in with my challengers. I'm like, hey, how's it going? How was your night? What do you got planned for the day? And I post in our groups. So today we did a little Thankful Thursday challenge, and it took me 2 seconds to post in our group. And I just said like, hey, what are you thankful for this Thursday? And throughout the day, everyone's been posting, and I get to check in with them and see everything that they're thankful for. And it's just really an awesome experience. And then a lot of times I get my workout in before work. I love feeling that, adrenaline before I go into work and get my mind right. So that all happens before I go to work at 8:15. Again, other coaches are different. Some people like the evening. I personally like getting stuff done in the morning. And I'm just making connections with people and responding to messages. So it's a pretty easygoing morning for me. And then throughout the day, I have breaks, like I said, planning time and lunch and all that stuff. And I just kind of check in with people. I respond to important messages if people have questions. And I usually share a snack or meal that I brought to work. And in the evening, I hop on team calls. I create content for my team and my challengers. I respond to messages, and I always read before bed, which is not something I've always done. I've always loved to read, but I never made it a priority. And so it's been awesome to get that opportunity again to read at least 30 minutes before bed every day. And so I just want to talk quickly about when life gets really busy, because my day does not look the same every day. That's just crazy to think. So if I'm really busy, if I'm really stressed, I prioritize my time. I think about the things that are most important to me, like working out and reading personal development, and I make sure those things happen. And when I have more time than usual, when I'm on vacation or when it's a slow week at work, then I amp up the ante and I post more, I invite more, I talk about the business more, and it fits into my schedule more. It really does look different every day for me, even as a full-time teacher. But that's the beauty of it. You get to create your own schedule. You make it however you can into your time. If you want to spend 5 minutes, you can. If you want to spend 5 hours, you can. No one's telling you how much time to spend on this. It's really up to you. So that's kind of what it looks like for a full-time teacher. Again, I'm just going to say it looks different for anyone who works full-time, but I wanted to give you a little glimpse into what I do. So now Kelsey gets to talk about the fun part.
Oh, I love it. And you made the transition so easy for me into full-time coaching because my first piece that I wanted to talk about when talking about part-time, full-time, anytime coaching is that the truth is everybody decides how they want to run their business. There is no coach that runs their business the same way. We all do it differently, and we all spend a different amount of time working our businesses. But I personally think that that's a great thing about coaching, that our days are organized by us 100%. We choose when we want to work and when we don't want to work based on what our goals are and what we have going on in our personal life. So when I first started, like I had said earlier, when I sort of introduced myself, when I first started, I was in school and I was taking classes full-time plus I was taking extra credits just so I could graduate a little bit earlier. So if anyone was ever in school trying to graduate, on time or early, then you can completely relate to how crazy that schedule is when you're working super, super hard to just be done with school. On top of that, I had 2 other jobs. I was working at Old Navy and Pink, both retail jobs. And I was kind of a slave. I really did feel like I was a slave. I was working nights, weekends, whenever I could, because obviously as a student, you need money. And as you saw in my original photo, I'm married and I have a 5-year-old daughter. And so on top of going to school, working 2 jobs, I was also taking care of my household, making sure I had time for my family and my daughter, which was honestly pretty non-existent. So when I started to realize, oh my gosh, this coaching thing could be a full-time gig for me, I did what my crazy self always does, and I sort of jumped the gun and decided, you know what, when I graduate in a couple months, I don't think I'm actually going to go into teaching. I'm not going to go down that path that I worked 7 years really hard for to get my degree in education, because I had just lost 4 years of my daughter's life being a slave to school and work. And I honestly wanted to spend time with her and bond with my husband before we got married and enjoy our first year of marriage and all of that. And so I was really thinking into the future. I was thinking big. I was thinking about what this can mean for me and my family if I really worked hard to get to a place where I could make the income to be a full-time coach. So I talked with my husband about it, and I just sort of asked him to believe in me and support me, and he was right on board. And so I just dove in, and I just basically, I worked a little bit harder. I stayed up a little bit later and woke up a little bit earlier. Like Vanessa was saying, getting my workouts in, making sure I was drinking my Shakeology, reading my personal development, just focusing really on becoming a better person and finding my happy again, because I had just been unhappy for so long. And I really quickly found out that I was exactly where I needed and wanted to be in coaching. And it was so bizarre to me because fitness was never a part of my life, ever. Yeah, I did, like Vanessa was kind of saying, I did play sports growing up, but mostly the extent of my sports were in middle school. So like I didn't do much in high school, college, anything like that. So fitness was tough for me. My husband is a personal trainer, and he always tried to like get me in the gym and work out and blah, 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 but it just wasn't my thing, and I wasn't about it. So I found in coaching, not only could I work on my fitness from home and not have to be in a gym where people are looking at me, and I really hated that. I always felt like I had to get ready or I had to know what I was doing, even though that might not be true, but that's how I felt. And I felt, you know what, my feelings are valid, and if I don't want to go to a freaking gym to work out, then I don't want to. So I got to be home every day working out, and for once in my entire life, I started focusing on my feelings and how I felt every single day by doing personal development. And I had a huge team of women around me making sure that every single day I was getting in my PD and my workouts, and that my mental health was on the up and up. And that was so important to me, because even though I had great friends and a good family that always checked in on me, I never saw support like this before in my entire life. And suddenly I became a new person. People almost didn't recognize me. I looked different. I talked different. The way I thought about life was different. It was crazy. So ever since then, I've been a full-time coach. Now, when I first started, my daughter was going to 4K, so she would come home at half days, and I got to spend the entire day with her, almost too much time with her, but it was so great to make up for all that lost time. And now she's in kindergarten, so she goes to school all day, and that's when I work on my business. That's when I do my workouts. That's when I read my PD. That's when I pretend like I'm cleaning. No, I was kidding. But you know, I work around the house and all that kind of stuff. I hang out with my neighbor. I go over there and work out with her. She has 4 kids, 2 twins that are home with her. So I frequently am able to drop what I'm doing and go over there. She needs to run to the grocery store, or like today, she had to go into work for a couple hours. So I watched her kids over here. I had just my sister had a baby in this time, and so she was able to send him over to my house instead of putting him in daycare, because she was really scared, you know, to put him in daycare right away as a little baby. So I was able to do that. I've been able to give back to my church, join a life group, just so much more free time that I never had before, to focus on things that were really important to me in my life. So that has been a huge blessing in my life. I drop my daughter off at school every day. I pick her up every day. I am there for every cheer practice, every cheer competition, all of these things that I missed out on when I was working day and night after I was done with school, and honestly never seeing my daughter. I missed out on so much of her life, and it sucked. And so now, you know, I have weekends off, I have nights off, I have whenever I want off, to be completely honest. I just took a whole month off, and traveled New Zealand, which was incredible. I've been on so many vacations, more vacations in the last year than I've ever been on in my entire life. And I do not say that to brag or to boast or anything like that, but just to show you that this is possible if you want it, or this or more or less or whatever it is that you want, is completely possible if you just take a chance on yourself for once in your life and stop listening to other people try and tell you should be or what you should be doing, because I honestly never thought that that this would be my life. It kind of blows my mind. So with that, I'm going to go into how we make money. It's going to be really brief, because I don't want to bore you guys with the nitty-gritty of the business. If you choose to join our team, which I really hope you do, you will quickly learn that there are tons of resources and tons of different ways to make money. But like I said earlier, money isn't the forefront of our business. It can be if you're income driven in this business. There's multiple ways to make money off of commissions and bonuses and building a team and all that great stuff. But we like to kind of forget about the money aspect and really think about the people that we're helping instead of numbers. So we like to break it down into helping 3 people a month. If you help 3 people a month in our business, you are not only paying for your products, or whatever you want to call it, basically your Shakeology, you're not only paying for that, but you can continue to make money on top of that by helping more than 3 people a month, or building a team, or you know, having your spouse get on board, or family members, or whatever. But again, this is not like typical MLMs. Our company actually doesn't even like to be called an MLM. They like to be called an what's the abbreviation for that? Multiple helping marketing, because we focus on helping people instead of making money. Because if you have that desire in your heart to help yourself and help other people, the money is going to come. I promise you that. You just have to, like Vanessa was saying earlier, find the time that's going to work for you, or decide that you want all your time to be dedicated to this for whatever reason, and then work your butt off until you get to that point. And then honestly, you can ease up a little bit, you can pick back up. There's times where you work harder and times that you work less, and all that great stuff. So we will totally talk more about that as you become a part of our team. But I promise you, it's nothing scary. There's no minimums. There's no crazy fees that you have to have every single month. There's no contracts or anything that you sign to be a part of our team. So just know that when you become a part of this community, it's something that you choose to be a part of, that you can leave at any time, and that you will have all the help in the world to make as much or as little money as you choose to. So with that, I will let Vanessa dive into some of the common myths about coaching, because there's definitely a lot of them. People have some things made up in their head, things they might have heard about coaching, and we're not here to downgrade what anyone else thinks, but we're just here to talk about what people say and what's actually true. So Vanessa, go ahead and take it over.
All right, perfect. So first of all, I loved what Kelsey said about the multiple helping, whatever she said. That was great. That was clever. But like she was saying, there's a lot of information out there, and sometimes information can be really good, but if it's not coming from the right source, if it's not coming from a good place, you can kind of get confused and lost in the shuffle if you're looking into all of that. So we just wanted to clear the air on some things. It is an MLM company, so okay, so if you know anything about other companies, sometimes they can be sketchy or whatever the case may be, and a lot of people have this fear about pyramid schemes. And so that's the first topic I wanted to talk about, because I think that Beachbody has such a great mission and such a great vision that you are honestly, your success is based on how many people you help, how many lives you are touching. And that's just such an awesome place to ground your business, that it's never going to feel icky or sketchy if your focus is on helping other people. And so you can sign up 100 people, but if you are not helping those 100 people find their fitness journey, feel healthier and more confident, if you're not helping those 100 people, start a successful business, you will not be successful. There is no incentive of signing up a bunch of people. You will not get rewarded for signing up a bunch of people if you are not going to help those people. That's just silly. So honestly, the amount of success you are going to see in this company is going to come from how hard you work at helping other people and how hard you work on helping yourself. I think that's one of the coolest things, is that Beachbody really wants you to work on your physical transformation, your mental transformation. How are you living a more positive life? How are you living a healthier life? And if that's your main focus, and you're helping other people along the way and you're sharing your journey, you will be successful and you will make an income. But like Kelsey said, there's lots of different ways to make an income. All of them, each and every one of them, stem from your willingness to help other people. That's plain and simple. Another concern people have that we kind of addressed in our talking about our lives as coaches is this thing about time. And we all have the same amount of time in the day. So I think it's crazy. Like, I love, there's like a meme that goes around that says you have the same amount of time in a day as Beyonce. Like, come on, don't we all wish that we could just be Beyonce? But she gets her stuff done. I'm sure there's some days that she just lounges on her couch, and then other days where she's like singing for hours on end. So some days you're going to work your butt off and you're going to want to push yourself in your business and you're going to spend hours. And then some days you might spend a couple minutes, and that's okay. The time is yours and you make your schedule. No one is telling you when to clock in. No one is telling you when to clock out. You are not a slave to anyone. You are your own boss. You control your business and you make the time for your business. It is really up to your goals, which we talk about so much, and I love it. Every month we set goals, every week we set goals, and then you work backwards. What are your goals? How are you going to meet those goals? And so you might just have a goal of working out for 30 minutes a day, and that is perfectly fine. You might have a goal to help 100 people, and then you need to put more time in. Whatever your goal is, you put in the time to meet those goals. And so you choose your goals. You choose your time. Nobody's going to choose it for you. And then the other thing that a lot of people get confused about, because I know this is true of other companies, is that you have to keep an inventory of product, and that's not the case for Beachbody. The coolest thing that I think about Beachbody is that you have like this own personal website that if someone wanted to buy a fitness program, they can go to your website and buy a fitness program. If they wanted to buy Shakeology, they could go to your website and get Shakeology. If they want some cute new workout tanks from Beachbody, Autumn Calabrese has this new line out and it is banging. So they could go to your website and get those clothes from your website. And then Beachbody ships it to their house. It's that easy. You just give someone the link to your website and they can make the purchases, and then Beachbody will do all the heavy lifting for you. They will, package it up all nice and neat. All of us talk about our blue boxes all the time when you get your first challenge pack. It is great. My monthly Shakeology comes in a green box. I just love the colors when I see them at the door. But my coach isn't the one sending these to me. My coach doesn't have, Kelsey doesn't have this room full of Shakeology that she's just like, okay, Vanessa needs Shakeology and let me send it to her. No, Beachbody's doing all of that for you. So it's pretty cool. They're kind of like your little, they're your team behind all the heavy lifting and all that stuff. So another thing that Kelsey kind of briefly mentioned is no crazy, initial startup fees or anything. And I just want to add on to that. Initial investment is in yourself. You're going to work first and foremost on yourself and getting yourself healthier and getting yourself more positive. And that's the initial investment. And that is worth so much more than making, a couple $100s a month or a couple $1,000 extra a month. I think the physical transformation, the mental transformation I've had is so priceless. Like I would keep doing this for the rest of my life just to keep bettering myself. And then it's an added bonus that I get to help other people along the way. But when you think about that initial investment that you're making into your business, just make sure that you're putting yourself first. So that's all I got for the myths. Kelsey's going to talk about, some people are afraid that they're going to be all on their own when they sign up, and we're just going to send them to the wolves. So Kelsey is going to clear the air on some of that.
Absolutely. And before I go on to that, I just love what you said about the not inventorying products, because I think that it's so cool that we don't have to inventory products, because then we have more time to focus on the people that we're helping. I don't have to worry about Sally and if her shipment was shipped, or if I have to go and send her another one because it never made it there. The customer service team at Beachbody is incredible, and they were always on your side and always, always, always want to do what's best for the customer. So it's just another added piece of I guess just something extra that lets you focus more on the helping aspect of the business outside of the business aspect, because yes, it is a business, but at the same time, we are a people business, and that's what's really important. So let me dive into will I be on my own after signing up? And really quick, before I just dive into a couple of the things that you'll experience after joining our team, I put this picture on here for a reason, because this all of the ladies that you see in this picture, one from the left, that was when I had blonde hair. I now have purple hair, but that was when I had blonde hair, and that was in Jamaica. So another really cool perk of being a part of this company is if you commit to helping those 3 people every single month, they send you on really, really cool vacations. And I've been on some awesome, awesome vacations all over the U.S. and out of the country on cruises. I'm going to Punta Cana in the Dominican Republic in April, and I'm going to Mexico next year. Really, really cool places. So that was taken there. And I just love the imagery of locking hands here that is in this photo that you guys are seeing, because honestly, that is exactly what it's like to be on our team. You are never going to be left in the dust or on your own to do anything. There will always be somebody behind you, not even just on our team, on our uplines team. There's just so much community that goes on here. And to be quite frank with you guys, I think that a lot of people just see this at face value as a business, and they're not looking at the fact that they could gain so many friendships just from being a part of this team. And half the time I have a lot of people join the team just because they want the community and the friendships. And there is no shame in that, you guys, especially if you're moms or you're somebody who works a job where, maybe you work with older people and you can't really get along with them, and so you don't really have a community outside of that. It is massive to be able to have such a big community to meet up with, to travel with, to support you, to be there all day and night to talk to you if you're having any troubles. It's one of the biggest perks that I've gained from being a part of the Beachbody community and our team. So beyond that, business-wise, you are never going to be on your own to figure things out. I know some people maybe have heard of horror stories of joining other teams or communities or companies where they just sort of were thrown in to a page and never got any training and were never listened to and never really got any help. But that is absolutely the opposite of what's going to happen here. So we will be checking in with you all the time. We will be there for all of the questions that you have. You're going to be added to our team pages, which have support and motivation, like Vanessa said, weekly team calls twice a week, different webinars to hop on for motivational stuff, different tools to help you get out of your funk or get back in your fitness routine. We will get on personal face-to-face calls to not only set goals for yourself physically, but business-wise to sort of see what is it that you want out of this business. And we want to make sure that you get that. So you're going to receive that, a welcome email with how to get access to all of our team websites and trainings and checklists to sort of guide you along your way depending on what your goals are. We have awesome, super cool team planners, and Vanessa and I are both teachers, so we're like totally nerdy about this, having like personalized team planners and team websites with team apparel and all that kind of stuff. But you know, that's just for people who are obsessed with clothes and colorful things like us. You're going to be put in different trainings or push groups based on what your goals are and what you want to get out of the business or the community. We run, when products launch, we run test groups. We put all the coaches, discount coaches, or business building coaches in there to make sure, again, everyone is getting the results that they need, that they can share with other people to inspire other people. So as you can see, that's just a little bit about what you're going to get when you join on with our team. You are never going to be left alone to figure things out on your own. So any questions about that or any questions you have going forward, we are always going to be there for you. And feel free to ask any questions you do have in the event page or ask us personally. If you're too shy to just ask them in there, we're happy to answer them. So with that, I'm going to kick it over to Vanessa, and she's just going to share with you guys a little bit about what your next steps might be after this call. Going forward, after your challenge group, whenever you decide that joining our team is the right thing for you.
Nice. I'm so jealous of the Punta Cana trip. You have no idea. I am teaching and sadly cannot stray from my little sixth graders or, the world will shatter. But you guys are going to have an amazing time. I can't wait to see the pictures. So next steps, you can reach out to your coach if you are like dying to get into the group. Sign me up right now. Text, email, Facebook, your coach, and just have a conversation with them. But let's be real, we're all really busy humans and we forget things a lot, or we I'll get back to her tomorrow after this, and this, and then you forget. So your coach will probably reach out to you if you're listening to this video or watching this video. We will for sure get in contact with you to see how you're feeling afterwards. And then the next immediate step would be to pick a challenge pack that's right for you. So like I said, your initial investment into this business is really focusing on your own goals and your own health and fitness and mindset. And so to do that, we would want to, get you started with a program that's right for you. There's so many different ones out there. I have fallen in love over and over again the last 2 years with so many different programs, and it just all depends where your fitness level is and your comfort level of what you would like to do. There are lots of options for everyone out there. And then you get to pick your favorite Shakeology flavor. I kid you not, the chocolate tastes like a milkshake. If you are a chocolate lover, you get to drink chocolate milkshakes for breakfast, and it's great. But there's so many different flavors. Coffee lovers, there's some there for you. Vegan, there are lots of options for you. And so once we get you started with, your fitness program and your Shakeology, then we'll put you in a challenge group, and you get to kind of feel for how those run. And of course, the business aspect of it, we're not just going to leave you hanging with that. You get a welcome email. Everyone gets a welcome email when they join the team, and it gives you a step-by-step process of what your next step should be. How to set up your website, how to do this, that, and the other. And it breaks it down for you, literally. It doesn't get much simpler than the welcome email. I love the welcome email. I sometimes look at it too, and I'm like, what should I do today? And then I'll kind of look back on some of the initial notes I took when I first signed up. That's just the nerd in me. But we also do getting started right calls. And so we will hop on a call with you and answer any and all of your questions. We will start to goal set and talk about your vision and what you really want out of this business. Again, those calls are amazing because you really get to get a feel for kind of the path you want to take when it comes to Beachbody. There's lots of different options. There's, you know, you can make this a hobby. You can make this a fitness journey for you. You can make it a full-time business. And so we get on that call and we start to kind of just work through the kinks and set the blueprint for the rest of your business with Beachbody. So you get challenge pack, you get in a program, get your shakes, get in a challenge group, you get your fancy email, and you get to hop on a call with one of us, and we will get you started on the right foot. I promise you we will not leave any questions left behind. You will feel so confident and ready to go, and I'm sure you will have the butterflies from day one all the way through year 2 and year 22 and beyond, because this program and company is just outstanding, and we just want to share this with the world and shout it from the rooftop, and we hope you will too. So I just want to say thank you so much for watching the video and hearing us out, because truly I could go on for hours about this. So I'm really proud of us for making it so short because this is such a awesome opportunity that we could really talk your ear off about it. If you have any questions at all, I would just say reach out to me or Kelsey, and we will get back to you for sure. Kelsey, do you have anything else?
Let me stop my screen sharing for a second. See if I can stop it. Okay, hopefully, maybe you're seeing my screen still, maybe you're seeing my beautiful face and my messy bedroom. But if choppy for me, I don't know if it was my internet or yours or what. So in case that you didn't hear what she said, we'll make sure to watch the recording back, and she can just go live in the event page and you guys can hear everything that she just said if you missed any of it. Again, I don't know if that was just technical difficulties or if it was my stupid internet, because it's freezing cold in Wisconsin and my internet has been sucking. So beyond that, we're just so happy that you guys were here tonight, or so happy that you watched this recording. And I just really want to let you guys know that you are more than welcome to ask us any questions. Like I said in the event page, and if you were invited personally to this event, or however you got sent this recording, there's absolutely no obligation. This is not something that we want to pressure on people. We want to make sure that it's something you want to do, that you can see some sort of value for yourself, for your family, in the community, whatever it might be. That is a type of people we want to be joining our team. This is never going to be let's recruit everybody, because it doesn't benefit us in any single way. We just want people to be a part of our team because they want to. They want to better themselves. They believe in our mission, and so thank you again for being here tonight, and we hope to see you on our team being welcomed as a new coach sometime soon. Have a good night, guys. Bye.